This is Bill, K6KRQ, your net control operator for the River City Amateur Radio Communications Society Slow Scan TV Net. This net serves for training and practice in image transmission modes and meets Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific on the N6NA repeater on 441.3 megahertz. River City ARCS members and all licensed radio amateurs are welcome to participate. If you wish to join the net or need to make a call at any time, please announce your call sign between transmissions and net control will acknowledge you. If an emergency should arise and you need the repeater, please contact the net control by saying break, break. A double break signifies emergency traffic. The net will stand by for you until the emergency is terminated or the traffic is moved to another frequency. Stations who wish to check in are asked to respond with their full call sign using the recognized ITU phonetic alphabet and their name. I will recognize each station before continuing. Any station who wishes to check into the net, please come now.
Norway 6 Yankee, Germany.
Kilo Mike 6 Delta Victor Tango.
Kilo India 6 Hotel Foxtrot Papa.
KK6 WSP.
Kilo Oscar 6 Kilo Lima.
Wow, I got a barrage that time. First, I heard Carol saying that she's just going to run, KP4MG is going to run YouTube for us tonight and going to take it easy. Is that right, Carol? Okay, you can just watch us, I guess. Okay, so first I got George, N6YG. Welcome, George. I got Jim up in Alta Sierra, KM6 DVT. I got Chris, KI6 HFP. Will all be. Very good. I got Greg, KK6 WSP. Good to have you, Greg. And we can test out your rig. And I got KO6KL. That's Brad. He's down in Stanislaus County. I believe we haven't heard from you in a while. Anybody else before we get to transmitting? Okay, very good. I'll pause in a little bit to see if anybody comes along. And by the way, Jim, we're sounding pretty good on that transmission tonight, so we'll see how it goes. Again, this is Bill, K6KRQ. We're going to go ahead and start with George. He was first check-in. We'll let him go first. So if you're ready, George, go ahead.
Alrighty, I'm going to be sending this in MR90. Let me turn down my monitor here. I don't know if you're getting an echo or not. I'm going to be sending this in MR90, so make sure that in your RX tab it's set to auto. And remember that when you send after this, because most of the software is set up to respond in the same mode you receive it in, so that'll probably automatically switch your TX MR90 as well. So if you want to transmit in PD120 or something else, make sure you select that. Anyways, here goes, N6YG. Now let me send a tone first. Well, I already know it works because I already sent pictures.
good transmission, quite good. We're going to go up to Alta Sierra to Jim, KM6DVT, for first comment on this one. Jim, go ahead.
Okay, it came out really good. A few little pixels, but that's understandable. Everybody sounds real nice and clear, too. Let's be... all I can say is it's a bird, but not a chicken. Got me stumped.
All right, very good. You're coming in rather clear tonight, Jim, so let's see if we can keep that up. Let's go to Chris, KI6HFP. He's probably got no idea who this is.
The one that survived them all. That chicken. She's hilarious. I love that chicken.
Okay, let's go to Greg. Let's see if you were able to get this and how well you got it. Greg's KK6WSP. Go ahead, Greg.
Oh, good evening there. Yeah, it looks like I'm receiving just fine on this new interface and obviously transmitting. That is definitely George, and that's a clear picture. I like the format. No drifting at all tonight, and some paid pause. We'll see how that goes. KK6WSB. Nice. I heard chicken, so I'm going to go with it. Nice chicken.
All right, very good, Greg, and once again, good to have you, and I'm glad to see your gears working. Let's go to Brad, down in Stanislaus County, I do believe, KO6KL. Good to have you back. Go ahead with your comment.
The repeater's coming in pretty good tonight. That is a cuddly chicken, which also can provide breakfast like that part. I can tell the difference in signals into the repeater, so if you guys bring your power up or something, it may help the propagation, because the repeater's pretty solid, but some of you have more pops than others.
All right, Brad, very good. Again, good to have you. I'm running 10 watts here from Natomas in Sacramento because, I don't like pushing this radio when I'm transmitting the image. But, and you got a little bit of hum, but other than that, your transmission's good. So thanks for the comment. So let's go to George. I wonder if that really is called a cuddly chicken. I know that's George, and maybe you can tell us a little bit that might be worth knowing about MR90. Go ahead, George.
MR90 is just one of the newer modes. It was actually created by the author of this software, and so several of the modes that he developed to be a little more modern than some of the legacy modes. And it seems to do real well over the repeaters. That chicken is, we call her Chickadoo. She's 9 years old. She's a great-great-great-grandma. She's blind as a bat, and she's like my little pal. That chicken, she's underfoot. I'll get to that. She follows me around all the time. She hears my voice, and she's right there. And she gets on my feet. She'll sit on my shoes. Sometimes I get mad at her because I'm trying to work and do things and try not to step on her at the same time, And I don't know how she got so attached to me. I think it's probably because I rescued her from the roosters too many times. She's a grandma, and the roosters, one particular rooster used to try to get on top of her all the time, and I'd chase him off. But leave that old woman alone. There's plenty of young girls out in the field. Go find somebody your own age, and I'd chase that rooster off, and so on. And then wintertime came along. It was getting really cold, and so I decided we should make a little pen for her in the spare shower. And so we put a box in there with water and food, and at nighttime we'd pick her up and carry her and put her in there, and in the morning let her out. And so she's become very, very affectionate, and she follows us around. Now, the interesting thing about this chicken is that she has survived, she's 9 years old, she survived, I think, like 4 generations of chickens. And when she was young, with the rest of her her clutch, I guess is what they call it, right, Barb? Okay, anyways, they all picked on her. She was the wimp. All the other chickens were always chasing her, pecking at her, and beating her up, and never letting her have any food. So I'd always pull her aside and feed her separately to make sure that she got enough to eat. And what's hilarious is she's the one that had survived. She out-survived all the bullies. And she went on to be the leader of all the chickens, and she teaches all the young chickens how to avoid the birds, the hawks, and teaches them how, or used to teach them how to hunt. Now she's blind, so that's the story behind her. She's camped out, kind of sleeping on my shoulder, so she'll sit there on my kneecap too, or on my feet. She'll roost on my feet. She's worse than a puppy. So with that, back to Net, N6YG.
A geriatric chicken. Thanks for that, George. I guess that's kind of old for a chicken. Anyway, that was a good reception here. You got hit by the repeater near the bottom, but other than that, it was good. Before I go on, I want to welcome. We have a YouTube viewer, a return viewer, Craig Bruce 2530. He is all the way from South Central Louisiana. Good to have you again. Very good. All right, let's go up to the higher country to Jim, KM6 DVT. He's in Alta Sierra. You sound pretty good phone-wise. Let's see if you can transmit. And Jim's always got something interesting. So if you're ready, Jim, go right to it.
All right, sounds good. This might be hard to go through, but we'll try.
right, very good. Pave pause notwithstanding, which always beats you up from up there, it came through pretty good. It's one of your better ones. I got a pretty good idea of what it is, but we're going to let the others comment first. Let's go to George, N6YG.
Grab the right mic here. Well, that's a good way of disguising pixel pops. And yeah, it looks like nice astrophotography. Right off the top of my head, I'm not recognizing it. It's been a while since I've done astronomy. But a wonderful picture. I wonder if this was taken with one of the new modern generation telescopes that that do stacking and so on. I forgot the name of the brand. I'm thinking about trading in my 10-inch Celestron and picking one 10-inch Meade, and picking one of those up. So, with that, back to net N6YG.
All right, very good. Before I keep going, I want to also welcome on YouTube 182 QKFTW. You like your bird, George, and he is in Fort Worth. And he says this picture is out of this world. All right, very good. Thanks, George. Let's go to Chris, KI6 HFP.
Can't really tell what it is, like my dad said, but it does make me want to go to my dad's house and make him pull out his telescopes and start looking up at the sky again. I do miss doing that, so that's revived a new hobby that I might want to get back into. Force the kids to go outside with me and look at stars.
A noble pursuit indeed. I myself am pursuing that currently. Thanks, Chris. Let's go to Greg, KK6 WSP.
Hey, good evening there. Yeah, I got a nice picture, and I agree. A great way to hide those pixel pops. It just looks like part of the ensemble. I'm going with out on a limb. Maybe I can't quite see the detail. That might be the horse head. Those little shadowings might be in the nebula there. Great detail, and actually the M5, cleanup really made it look nice. KK6 WSB.
Thank you, Greg. Good observation. Let's go to Brad, KO6KL.
Yeah, it just looks like some astronomy.
Anything else? How are you getting this transmission down there?
Like everybody said, it is hard to see the pixel pops. I'm watching the sync window too, and it doesn't show up over there so much. It really is dependent on who's on the air. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, Jim is like the polar opposite in direction of this group on the net. He's like he's the furthest north. So, and he's up in the mountains in Alta Sierra, so sometimes it's a challenge for him getting into the repeater, but he's doing okay tonight. Pave Paws beats up on him pretty bad, though. All right, I'm going to say that this is like the Great Nebula in Orion, or M42. And by the way, I enjoyed those other pictures that you sent me, Jim. So the photography phase I haven't got into yet, but I've been looking at it. But anyway, why don't you tell us about your photo and how you took it also?
Right, you got part of it right. Those aren't pixel pops either. Those are stars around the Lagoon Nebula. I think it's a nebula. And that is taken through my 8-inch Meade Go-To telescope. And the picture was taken with a Malcam color camera.
So did you use like software and stack multiple images, or is that just one timed shot?
Oh, it's just one shot. It does pretty good. You'll be surprised. No stacking at all.
That's pretty neat and kind of encouraging too. Good shot there. Very good. All right. All right, then I'm going to take like this moment here. Thanks for that, Jim. And again, you're transmitting pretty good tonight. I'm going to take a moment here to see if anybody else has come along and would like to check in.
KF6 Alpha Charlie Echo.
All right, let me double check. Kilo Foxtrot 6 Alpha Charlie Echo.
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
This is Miller.
Miller. All right, very good. Stay with us. Are you going to be able to transmit tonight?
Yes.
All right, excellent. I put you in the rotation. Okay, very good. All right, once again, thanks again, Jim. It's always a pleasure having you. So let's go to another guy we haven't heard from in a long time. That's Chris, KI6HFP. If you've got an image and are ready, think you have some new gear, go ahead and send it.
Okay, give me 1 second here. If you want to go to someone else, I do not have the mode that I wanted to send in, so I don't want to hold up the line. I'll just go after whoever's next.
That's not a problem. I'll rotate you. Let's see if Greg is ready to rock. Greg is KK6WSP. Are you ready, Greg?
Yeah, Roger, I guess I'm staying in the MR90, and we're going to go for it. KK6WSP transmitting.
All right, good transmission. I got a feeling that this tool got a lot of use recently. I'm going to go from the bottom up on comments this time. Let's go to Miller, KF6ACE. How'd you get it, Miller?
Good. Good evening.
You got any comments on the photo, like the quality, or you know what it is, or what have you?
It's still loading on my screen.
Okay, we'll move up the list here. Let's go to Brad, KO6KL. So you are of particular interest since you're quite a bit south of us, so I'm always interested to see how you're getting it. Go ahead.
Well, I'll zoom in here and I see he's on 146.48 with a 2 to 1, 2 kilohertz. I think that's what I'm seeing. Got his little rig expert there and he's getting the graph. Must be nice. I'm still fighting a band switch on an old MFJ.
All right, very good. You still got like some hum on your transmission, but it's otherwise good. Let's go to Chris. See if he got this while he was making his adjustments. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I received it really well. I mean, a few little pixel pops, but I mean, I really have to squint my eyes to see them, so it came through really nice. Got the rig expert, triple alpha 170. Looks like you're having some fun in that picture. It's always a fun day tuning antennas and playing with antennas.
All right, very good. Let's go to Jim, KM6DVT. How'd you get this one?
Really good. The only pixel pops were just above the 170. Other than that, it's good. I can read it too. Yeah, 146, 400. All right, good. Is that like a little monitor, or is that part of the program?
It's certainly a handy-dandy device, and Greg will tell us a little bit about it, I'm sure. Or George. George knows him real well, too. I don't know, man. MR90 looks like it's, to me, is transmitting as good as PD120, and it's quicker. Let's go to George, N6YG.
Yeah, it looks like center is 146.480, plus or minus 2,000 kilohertz, so like from 144, 480 to 148, 480, if I'm right. I think that's the math. This is kind of narrow banded for a 2-meter antenna, because it looks like it really climbs to the 3-to-1 bandwidth. Yeah, it gets up to 3-to-1 at the bottom end of the band, but it really climbs steep there. So if this is an antenna that you're looking at, and not a filter, which I doubt it is because it's SWR, then it might be a really high gain antenna. Some of the high gain antennas tend to have narrower bandwidths. So I'm wondering if this is like a Diamond X510 or something like that has some high gain to it. Normally like a 5/8 wave antenna would be pretty flat. It'd be like 1.5 to 1 on the edges, across the whole band. So, but when you start stacking 5/8 wave elements, then the band starts getting narrow. So anyways, back to net, N6YG, and quality of the picture. I'm going to say it came over really well. The M5 filter cleaned up all the pixel pops, what few of them they were, and it's a AA-170 rig expert. So it looks good. Greg, N6YG, back to net.
All right, thanks there, George. Interesting questions. I'm going to U-turn back to Miller and see if he got this picture okay. Go ahead, Miller.
I did get it.
All right, very good. Again, it's good to have you with us. I don't think we've had you before. I just started keeping a log or a roster this year, so I'm not sure. But anyway, it's good to have you anyway. Okay, let's go to Greg, KK6WSP. Tell us about his picture. I know he's had some recent adventures with his gear, so let's see what he's got to say about it. Go ahead, Greg.
Oh, well, thank you, Bill, and everybody listening tonight. I was hoping to get a good test like this using the new audio interface. It's a signal link plugged into the Yaesu instead of the native Yaesu. So we're giving it a shot here, and it's all working. This particular picture is, let's see if I can frame this right. It's definitely narrow-banded. George picked up on that. This is a 4-element Yagi that I created just straight out of the antenna book, and with a 2x4, and that was my first match. So I got the coax onto the director, or however that works, and threw it up, like 4 feet off the ground and tried it. And I was shooting for 5.2 with my measurements, just like a simplex Yagi that's handheld. You can kind of point it somewhere, Didn't expect this to come out of the rig expert, but that's what we ended up with. And so yeah, it's very narrow, but really good on 5.2. KK6WSP.
All right, very good. George was kind of dialed into that, too. I'm impressed. All right, then. Thanks for that, Greg, and I'm glad everything's working, and again, it's good to have you with us. Let's see if Chris, KI6HFP, is queued up, or if he wants to wait a little bit longer. How about it, Chris?
I think I'm ready to give this a shot.
Right, let's have it.
Awesome, I'm going to be sending this in MR90 as well. KI6HFP.
Right, excellent reception here. You know, I don't know if you put like PD120 and M90 side by side, like some kind of Coca-Cola and Pepsi taste test, that I could tell the difference, but I'm kind of impressed with this MR90. Maybe it's the new standard. I don't know, just saying. I'm going to go from the bottom again on this one. Let's go to Miller KF6 ACE and see if you got this one in MR90.
I did get this one. That's a cute dog.
All right, very good. Thanks, Miller. Let's go to Brad, KO6, K6. Let me try that again. KO6KL.
I got you there. What you want to do is draw a line under the O so it will not turn into a zero when you least expect it. I'm really amazed with the M5 and the M9 filter there on the picture correction, guys. I've never really noticed that before, but that does remove those pops pretty good. But maybe I just don't notice that as much on 20 meters. But nice tip. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Brad. Let's go to Greg, KK6, WSP.
Good evening. Yeah, great reception here. And yeah, I looked up. I had it on Zoom, so the dog was looking me right in the face. Great image. And you know, not that we should be criticizing only. What I have in this one is a little bit of drift. Let's see if Sync will tell me what it is. A little green line coming in, just a little bit. I think my timing is good, but this is a new computer, so I'm not top dead center or anything like that. KK6WSB, great dog.
All right, thanks, Greg. Let's go to Jim, KM6, DVT.
Yeah, it's a cute dog, all right. And it looks like he's in the passenger seat, in the center console there, and the cup holder. Ah, cute. Came through pretty good, though.
All right, thank you, Jim. So, George, I saved you for last because I know you have to know who this dog is.
Oh yeah, that's my little warrior princess. She's a little snaggletooth. I know, I got the scars on my hand. She loves me because I let her teeth on my hand, and I rub her gums where she's teething. She lost a tooth recently, and she's a sweet little dog. I know, I go over there, and she makes sure there's not an inch of my face that she missed with that little tiny tongue. So, I never thought I'd really be that, yeah, mugged me. I never thought I'd be that enamored by a little sausage dog, but I definitely love that dog. She's really sweet. Has me thinking about getting one now. I don't know how she get along with the shepherds though. They think she's a squeak toy, and one squeak would be all it would take. The only thing I notice in this picture is it looks like there's a little stretching taking place. The image looks a little distorted. It came over good, and this is a new radio that Chris is using, so we need to set up his clock so he doesn't drift like that. When you load a picture, when you do a drag and drop and you load a picture in MMS TV, you got to make sure to click that. There's an H with a line and W, and make sure that's clicked, and that'll preserve the aspect ratio of the picture as you drop it in, and then there's another one that'll make space. One of them will fit as much as it can in, and another one will make space that'll letterbox it, like how my pictures come letterbox, because I want to preserve the aspect ratio of the image, so I'll letterbox it. And so there's a button there that does that as well. Or you can just let it fill the screen, and it'll just distort it and stretch it and do whatever. So with that, back to net, N6YG.
N6YLA.
All right, thank you, George. That's a hot tip because I have trouble with some of that stuff too. So I got a check in from Kayla, KA6YLA. Hello, Kayla.
Hello, and how long has the puppy had his driver's license?
That's a very important question. We're going to ask Chris right now. But before I ask him, Kayla, are you ready to? Are you able to transmit yet?
No, but I was thinking of asking Greg. He said he has a new computer. What did he do with the old computer? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Was that a question for Greg?
Yes, it is. I was just wondering if he wants to get rid of the old computer.
I'll jump in there, and unfortunately, I have to apologize. It is a beast. It is a full-size Dell Precision workstation. This thing will cost you $50 a month to run and take up 2 desks. So definitely a bad idea. KK6WSP.
I just had to try. Okay, 6YLA.
Well, we can get you a computer. I guarantee the club can put together something. I could probably do 90% of it. We can get you a radio computer.
Comment?
All right, that was Chris with a comment. I think that you guys were talking about this the other night. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I was just going to reiterate, too, that I just upgraded my computer, so I don't remember what generation I have, but I think it's a 12th generation Intel i7, and I have some memory laying around as well, so I'm definitely willing to pitch some stuff in to get her up and going. It's just sitting in a box in my closet, and it's probably going to end up getting tossed at some point anyway, so I'm willing to work with anybody else that wants to pitch in some parts and stuff.
You got all that, Kayla?
I did. I'm very thankful and grateful, and I want to join the 21st century as far as radio / computer stuff. So that would be great.
All right, very good. Stay with us. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll keep you in the comment line.
So,
all right, very good. Okay, now let's go to Chris now and have him tell us about his sausage pup. Go ahead, Chris.
Well, it was my wife's Christmas present, and I am very much a German Shepherd person, and originally I did it just for her. Didn't have high hopes about her, but she has definitely grown on me. I love this dog, and I would definitely protect her as loyally as I would protect my Shepherds. She's adorable, and she's got probably one of the most unique personalities I've seen in a puppy. So, and you know, the more we spend time with her, the more I'm grateful we got her. She's perfect for the sailboat, because I sit here trying to think about what it would be like to have Aries on our 30-foot sailboat, and I shudder at that thought. And she fits perfectly in there, and she can run around, and she can actually get all her exercise in the boat, which works out perfect. And you can sling her under one arm and carry her everywhere if you need to. So I'm very happy with the puppy, and my wife's happy with her as well.
All right, very good. A sailboat pup. All right, thanks for that. I was going to relay this YouTube message to Greg, but he already saw it and addressed it, so very good. Okay, let me see, just in case if anybody late has come along. I picked up two. I picked up Miller and Kayla. Is there anybody else? We still got about 18 minutes. All right, sometimes I pick up Joel, AI6DG, but he's not with us tonight. All right, let's go down to Stanislaus County. That's Brad, K06KL, and push something our way, and let's see how we get it. That was in another hipster mode, MR73, 73 or 72, I forget, with hipster thumbnails in it. You know what? This picture looks familiar. I don't know, but not from this net. I think I might have seen it in a book or a magazine somewhere. I'm not sure. But let's go to George up to the top, N6YG, first comment.
Yeah, this is an interesting picture. I haven't a chance to apply the filter yet. The KI6HFP amateurs. This is K06KL, kilowatt Oscar 6 kilowatt Lima. And there's several pictures in here, recent pictures, one I sent, the one Greg sent, the astrophotography, and I'm not sure if there's another one down there that I can't quite see that's dark. And yeah, I've seen this image before. Don't know where I've seen it, and I feel like I should know what that radio is on the desktop. So I'm not sure. It's like almost it's like from the Little Rascals era, you know. So I'm going to send this back to Net, N6YG. Oh, wait, before I do that, quality of the image, quite a few pixel pops. It looks like you got hit by the IDer in the center, but overall it came over real well. So with that, back to Net, N6YG.
All right, very good. Thanks, George. Yeah, Little Rascal is a good observation. Let's go to Jim, KM6 DVT.
Little Rascal, yeah, sounds great. Came out a lot of pixel pops, but clear though. It looks like he's learning, trying to copy CW. All right, good.
All right, very good. That's probably another good observation. Let's go to Greg, KK6 WSP.
Oh yeah, very nice picture from Brad there, and came through almost, I'd say, better than the YouTube. That ID, I can't even see it on my version, so well, now I can, and I'm looking for it. But yeah, some pixel pops, and I'm gonna guess like a Life magazine cover or something at 35 cents. Actually seems like a lot for a magazine, but I'm going with that, like a radio magazine cover or something like that. KK6 WSP.
That's a good guess. Let's go to Miller, KF6 ACE. Any thoughts on the picture? Let's go to Kayla, KAY6LA. Maybe you've seen this before, Kayla.
I haven't, but it's really nice to look what my dad must have been doing. But, yeah, he's got a lot of picture pops. But I have a really stupid question, and that is when people who like, say, N6YG, and then that other people who use what is the protocol on that?
Okay, are you using your HT? Your transmission's very scratchy, but I think you were asking about the protocol, like for example N6YG DKI6HFP, correct?
And I am on the HT, so I'll just do the antenna around, see if I can get it better. K6 wireless.
Or I didn't really get that last one, but it's just basically you put the kind of like Morse code, as far as I know, you know. So it would be if you sent me a picture and then I sent you one back, my picture would say KA6YLA DEK6KRQ. Similar protocol. Sometimes I put that on my photos.
Comment.
Go ahead, Greg. Help me out.
Yeah, Roger. I don't know if it's actually from Latin exactly, but it's the DE means from in, I don't know, Spanish and French. I don't know, something like, so it's a Latin derivative. So it's from, just like you would do in our call signs when we do the FAR call sign and then your own call sign. And so it's, in this case, to Chris from Brad, KK6WSB.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Greg. Yeah, I mean, I kind of wondered that too. DE is definitely from in Spanish. I know that because I happen to speak Spanish, but I don't know why. I don't know if it's more Latinized than it is a specific language, but it's just how they do it. It's CW2, as you all know. Did that answer anything for you there, Kayla?
3 years ago, I tried to put a picture there with my call on it so I could use it in Scan TV, and I just put my call sign on there. I didn't put the TV or anything. I was just always wondered what that was for.
You know, kind of sort of the same here. I do put it on, but I'm not real deft with lettering. I'm okay at it, but a lot of times by the time I get a picture up to send, I'm so busy running the net, I don't do all the fine tuning, like put all the neat stuff in it, like this. And I don't know how to do the thumbnails yet either, but that's because I haven't sat down and tried it. So I guess it'll come to us sooner or later. All right, good question, Kayla. Let's go to Brad and have him tell us about his picture. Boy, I almost lost it there. Go ahead, Brad.
This one was just in the social media over the weekend, and it looked pretty good, and was not too much work to get it to the right size for our format. So that's where it came from, and I kind of like the old-fashioned magazine-y look, and use that with the call signs and stuff that need to go in your SSTV QSO. So to answer the question that came over about that, I just want to say that conversationally, to remember that, think of to and from. The message is going to you over there from me over here. So it's always their call sign, and then DE, that's me over here. So you to and from them and you. So it's just like saying hello to them, and then you're saying DE, I'm over here. So conversationally, that's the way it works. It's them and then you on the call sign sequence.
Very good. Good clarification. Thanks for that. All right. That's going to take us... So thanks for that again, Brad. That's going to take us to Miller, KF6ACE. Miller, do you have one queued up and ready to send for us?
Not at the moment. Keep going down the list, please.
Okay, very good. Then that's going to bring it to me. So I got one here, and since I always want to try to be the hipster, I redid this one to MR90, and I'm going to try it, and it kind of got weird on me. Hold on a second. Okay, well, I had some lettering up there, but when I swapped it, the lettering got goofed up, so I took it out. So I'm just going to give you a picture, and it's going to be MR90. Here it comes. behind MR90. All right, there it is. I'm going to start in the middle and work up and back around. So that means I'm going to Greg, KK6WSP first.
Well, very nice. I had a little bit of trouble. I guess I clicked on MR73 instead of auto. That kind of messed it up, cut off the top there. But I got the full guitar, and the colors are just fabulous. I was looking, and you were drifting the other way from me. I was trying to figure out how much here. Let's see. Yeah, well, good luck trying to do something on the fly, right? Yeah, good color, good colors, like I said. KK6WSP, nice picture.
All right, very good. Thank you, Greg. Let's go to Chris, KI6HFP.
Picture came across really well, very minimal pixel pop, and I can't even really see it unless I use the magnifying glass. And then even then, it's hard to see. So awesome picture, musical instrument there, and man, I'm just glad to finally be back on the SSTV Net. It's been way too long.
Well, I, for one, am glad you're back. So, good deal. You're good conversation, dude, so I appreciate it. Thanks for that. Let's go to Jim, KM6DVT. How'd you get this?
Yeah, some pixel pops, but like I said, the color is good. Almost looks like a display in the front of a store or something. But then to the right, you can see a picture frame. So it's like something is set up. On the top, it looks like swords on the top, crisscross. All right, pretty good though.
You're on the right track there for display. Let's go to George, N6YG.
I would love to have the guitar. That is very. Yeah, it's a display of some kind. Cult. I don't know if that's a club or if it's a window display or a nightclub or maybe a music shop. I don't know if that's a symbol I'm looking. I can't tell what the shiny thing is underneath the. What would look like swords being crossed, but I think they're like lightning bolts or banners or something. The Cult I think is what it says. Oh, maybe it's a band. So yeah, I'm just focused on the guitar. All right, and the picture, by the way, came over great. So back to Net, N6YG.
You're on the right track too. I can elaborate a little on the guitar when I get there. Let's go to Kayla, K6YLA. How are you? I guess you're seeing it on YouTube. It looks pretty good there. What do you think?
I was trying to nail down the actual guitar, and I thought it was like a hollow, Gibson hollow body, but
Good guess. Not quite there. Let's go to Miller, KF6ACE.
Alright, I'm here. Not quite sure what I'm looking at.
All right, very good. It will all become clear shortly, but we got to listen to see what Brad, see if he might know what it is. Brad's KO6KL. Go ahead, Brad.
I can see that pretty good. It looks like the Colt, and at the bottom I see it's Sony, so I don't know if the band, the Colt's owned by Sony, but maybe this is a little display case for them, or some merch case, or maybe the beginning of a video, but it's a bunch of merch collection there, looks like.
All right, thanks, Brad. Pretty good guesses all around. This is, I took this picture at the Hard Rock in Las Vegas some years ago. It's not there anymore. I don't know what happened to all this stuff. They have displays from a lot of bands, so this one happened to be for the Cult. from their Sonic Temple tour, so it doesn't say Sony, it says Sonic. The guitar is a Gretsch White Falcon. And like George said, I'd love to have one. We were talking about hobbies the other night on the TechNet, and I'm one of those guys too. I got guitars I try to play, but to call it playing is a overstatement at the very least. But those guitars are beautiful. The guitarist's name is Billy Duffy, and that is a cymbal up there, the shiny thing, and the crossed things are drumsticks. And the thing that says Cult in the top left corner is the front of like the bass drum. So that was memorabilia from that tour. That was in the 80s. So they had a lot of neat stuff there. I don't know what happened to it because it's not there anymore, but it was kind of neat. I thought I heard a comment.
I just want to let you know that my power died, and I'm now charging in the drop-in charger. So I missed a little bit, but yeah. Back to that, K6 Wireless.
All right, Kayla, very good. Thank you. So let's see if if Miller's got something he'd like to send us before we close it out. You got something to send, Miller, or shall we just close it out for the night?
I do not. You're welcome to close out the net.
Comment?
Very good. So it's good having you, nevertheless, and be sure to join us again. So that said, before I close the net, are there any questions or comments, like you wish you could play a guitar, or other burning desires before I wrap it up?
Comment?
Go ahead, Greg.
Well, I wonder if I could bother you to sneak in one more, kind of a special photo that I got.
Absolutely. That's why I always ask for questions, comments, and we're going to call that a burning desire. We're more than happy to have it. So if you're ready, let it rip.
Well, very good. And I'm going to go ahead and let the cat out of the bag on this one before I send. This is the first slow scan that I ever received, and I'm hoping Craig is still out there, KK6WSB.
All right, Pixel Pop-wise, that was relatively free of them. I'm going to throw it out just out to the group, but my first questions or comments is I'm wondering about the multicolors on the planes, and that is a unusual quantity of planes flying in formation. I wonder what kind of team it is. Those are my comments on this in question. I'm going to put it out to the group. Anybody have any comments on this one? that sounded like George. Go ahead.
Well, this was one of the first pictures that Greg received, or maybe the very first picture he received, and was from Whiskey Papa 2 November. Was a regular on the net back when I was doing this regularly, and when Greg started. And he moved. I think he doesn't he check in every once in a while on YouTube as well. So that's just about all I had to say. Back to net N6YG.
Yeah, good question. Anybody else, any comments before we have Greg tell us about his picture?
Yeah, I do. KI6HFP.
Go ahead, Chris.
Definitely looks like, I'm assuming it's an air show. I love air shows. I don't get to go to them as often as I'd like to. Love airplanes. The wrong type of airplane for it, but every time I see an airplane, it reminds me of airborne school, getting able to, the opportunity to jump out of the back of an airplane, and man, I'd love to do that again if my back could handle it.
Thank you, Chris. So I do see that I looked up WP2N, and he is the Craig Bruce that is on our net. He checks in fairly frequently, so well, that's kind of neat if you guys could reconnect. But anyway, why don't you tell us some more about that, Greg?
Yeah, Roger. I received this shortly after I got my call sign. So we're talking 2015, October, something like that, maybe into 2016, whenever these guys were doing it. So I get the radio going, and this was on Simplex. So I stumbled upon these guys, or maybe I knew it was coming, whatever. And I listened to George explain setting by setting how to configure MMSSTV. And I couldn't even, in fact, I might not even had my license complete by then. And so I installed the software. I did everything he was saying to Craig. And then I got this photo, and it was over acoustic coupling. So it was coming out the speaker of the laptop, out the speaker of the radio, and into the microphone that I had for the laptop. And so this was acoustic coupling, gosh, 12 years ago now, 10 years ago, KK6WSP.
That's pretty neat. I find that really interesting. And boy, this has been like an interesting net to be sure. Any other comments? Oh, I see on WP2N's QRZ page, if you're still hearing us there, Mr. Bruce, that you have a telescope in your thumbnail there. It looks like a 127 Mac. I just rebuilt like the mount I got for mine like that. So anyway, interesting. So this is Bill, K6KRQ. Last call for comments.
127 Mac, you mean a 125, the Meade 125?
No, it's an Orion 127.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. Back to net, N6YG.
I've seen that too, 125s. I'm wondering if there really is a 2 millimeter difference on that mirror, but good question.
The Meade ETX 125 is a nice scope. I mean, I would, it's small, it's lightweight, it's just, and real good optics. I had a 125, I have an ETX 90, and they both star test just amazingly well. Better than any SCT I've ever owned. I mean, just stellar optics in those things, and they command a fairly steep price as well, but the Macs have their own problems. We won't go into that.
If your voice can handle it, well, we can talk a little. I got a question after the net.
Comment.
Go ahead.
Well, know me, I always, it's been a while, but I always show up with multiple pictures, so I don't know if you need to close the net out and we're able to send some pictures after, or if I have to pick one out of the few that I have to send as the final.
You can go ahead and do that, and I'll close the net after that. It's not like I'm not holding everybody hostage or anything. So no, go ahead. You're more than welcome.
All right, here we go. I'm going to send this in MR90.
That was a really strange sound that IDeer made. This is Bill K6KQ. I'm gonna guess this is maybe some of your new gear set up here, or maybe it's the old gear. I don't know. Anybody else got any guesses?
Maybe cloning a 7300, one to the other, maybe?
It's the twins.
Wouldn't have thought of that. That's a good guess. Some neat-looking gear. Anybody else?
We call them the twins, and it's unfortunately the picture's kind of dark. You can probably brighten it a little bit, or maybe it's just this monitor. Let me switch to a different monitor. A little brighter on this monitor. Yeah, you can see IC 9700 and then IC 7300 underneath it. He just printed those out, 3D printed those out. Anyways, I won't steal his thunder. We'll let him tell you about it.
Yeah, that was throwing me for a loop too, because they look like the same radio, like Greg was saying, like cloning. Anybody else before we go to Chris? All right, Chris, go ahead and tell us about what's going on here.
Well, I'm a big boy now, as I like to say. I got the 9700 there and the 7300. I waited a long time to get these radios. It's the 7300's the Mark 1. I wanted to get the Mark 2, but the price I got the 7300 for, I definitely could not complain. So that radio will eventually get put on the boat when I do upgrade. But I am extremely happy with my setup now. I've come a long ways from stealing my dad's equipment and setting it up over here. So I got the 9700 there, the 7300. I printed up those stands, and those little cones on the top of the radio, it's a little dark, I don't know if you can see them. Those are 3D printed wafers that direct the top firing microphone or speaker forward, and I was hesitant about it, but man, it makes a difference because I really didn't want to spend the money on the speakers for these. And then in the back corner there, ignore the I'm gonna go ahead and let it drop. Ignore the smoke alarm. I was making pizza and calzones tonight, and it gets a little smoky in the house. I got my Kier there. I got the Ameritron 811 that I just picked up used. And I got my MFJ digital SWR meter and the little LDigi tuner that's going to be replaced soon. That can't handle the power of the amplifier. And then up in the picture of the monitor, you can see I'm chasing some DX. I got ham spots up and going. So that's about it for this picture.
Pretty neat. That is like big boy stuff. I feel like a piker now with just my 991A. So, all right, very good. I'm glad you got all that stuff. So now why not? Any other burning desires? You know, it was like a running. I guess I'll call it a gag now that George would end us with like a Looney Tunes shot, but I forgot about that because George hadn't been with us for a while.
Well, I got a picture to send. It's not Looney Tunes, but I do have a picture to close out the net. So if you want me to send it, I'll send it.
All right, let me read the closeout of like the net and then fire away. Done. So here it goes. I want to thank all who participated in tonight's net, and special thanks to Miller coming by, Kayla, stay with it, and for Brad coming by. We had you way back in January, I think. So you do pretty good coming there from Stanislaus County. The rest of you guys are regulars, so you don't get any special thanks. All right, and Greg gets special thanks because he doesn't come by that often, but we're glad when he does. All right, so that silliness aside, I want to again thank all who participated. We hope to see you again next Wednesday at 9 p.m. The net is officially closed at, I don't know what time it is, 10:17 p.m. It was a long one tonight. So, again, all of you have a pleasant evening. And 73s, if you got a minute, George, I'm going to ask you something.
We're going to stick around after the net. N6YG.
Hey, that came through like crystal clear. Excellent. Hey, George, let me call you in a minute. I got to make a quick phone call.
All right, well, Chris and I will probably be here. He wants to send a few more pictures. And that's Rocky giving me his SPCA face.
Yeah, that came through crazy good, and it's like whenever I'm eating, he wants a piece.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's giving you the I'm abused and starving look, and I'm withering away.
My tummy, it rumbles, but not for French fries.
Yep, that's it. That's hilarious. And as much as I laugh about it, it works, damn it.
Oh yeah, every time, like a Charlie Brown football, KK6 WSB. I'm gonna leave the radio on and receive some more, but I'm running away here. Good to hear you guys, KK6 WSB.
All right, Greg. Definitely great to have you on the net. It brings back fond memories of the early days of SSTV. N6YG.
A6KRQ.
There's the man. What's up?
Hey, you know what? That was pretty neat. I like it when Greg comes along, but those were, there's some neat things that come out of these nets, some neat conversation. I know that sounds corny,